This is part 2 of 2. Go watch video 1 if you missed Gibbs, Achane, Bijan, Bucky, Kyren. Now we're breaking down the additional 5 players, 4 of which you see on screen, 1 bonus player. My top 10 best value running backs in 2025 continues right now. Let's kick it off with Mr. Would Breece Hall please report to the main stage? Breece Hall, please report to the main stage. This next guy, gonna have a lot of people that doubt him. I get it. I'm not gonna spend much time on this other than to say when he gets the ball, he's amazing. And the fact that this offense fell apart last year and Aaron Rodgers, this guy did better without Aaron Rodgers. With Zach Wilson, he was running back 2 on the year. And he had to do a lot of catching up to get there at the end of the season, but he was there. He's running back 2. Then you have Aaron Rodgers come into town, and this offense just got stagnant. It was not good. It didn't lean on the run. They didn't use Breece Hall effectively. Now you have a new coach in Aaron Glenn instilling a new culture. It's a new culture. It's a new day. He's a defensive-minded, oriented guy coming over from Detroit that's going to run the damn ball. Defense and run. Defense and run. Brings in Justin Fields. Stretches the defense out. What does Justin Fields do? You're going to say vulture. I'm going to say something different. I'm going to say he keeps defenses completely worried and petrified, and they got to spy him. They got to have somebody on him at all times, and that opens up the rushing lane. The stacked boxes aren't even an option for defenders as they approach the Breece Hall, let's shut Breece Hall down plan of attack. They can't. He's going to always be able to have more room to check downs, everything, more room to navigate than he's ever had. And guess where he's going? In the same territory that Kyren is going. Actually, later. Sometimes it depends where you're drafting. I think right now he's been falling. He climbed a little bit. Now he's falling again. He's somewhere in between the second and third round in like grandma leagues where they're going off like memory. Again, they're not watching content, but if people watch a lot of content and they consume a lot, they're getting brainwashed into drafting this guy in the third round. Bottom line here, as we bottom line the bottom line, double stamp and triple stamp, is if you're drafting in the second and the third round and you've got a third round pick that's tight in the third round up high, and even if this is obviously a later pick, which would make sense unless you've traded, you're going to probably get 2 of these 3 guys. If you've got a high enough third round pick, you're probably going to get 2 of these 3 guys. So, which is why I love going like Neighbors or CeeDee Lamb or BT or especially JJ or Jamar Chase, and then going like, let's say you get the 1, you get Jamar Chase, you get Bucky and Kyren back to back, the second and third round. Or you get Breece Hall and Kyren or Breece Hall and Bucky. It's the best approach. And the cost of entry is different. Like if you had to pay top 5 running back value for Breece Hall, I could understand being like, whoa. How can we trust this? But when you're talking about Hall going in round 3, your expectation is different. You shouldn't have any concerns about what if he doesn't do this, what if he doesn't do that, because he's going to earn this no matter what. The risk is entirely baked in, unlike any other year. Actually, when we played the Breece Hall animation, when we first made this, he was a third rounder, and now he's back in the third round. How ironic. Watch it.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking
in the
call.
Third, don't stall.
Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece.
I don't even have to redo the video. It's like having the mullet, and then it goes, the mullet's out of style. You're still wearing it. You're totally not risen. And then all of a sudden, like, the mullet comes back into style. You didn't know any different. You're still wearing the old one, but someone says, nice cut, bro. How'd you know the mullet? Like, you're in style, bro. You know all the styles that are going on. You're just still wearing it. We're still wearing the third round value. The video hasn't changed. That video is old, and it applies today. You can smash Breece Hall at round 3 and win your league. Do it live. Next, running back best pick in fantasy. And these aren't necessarily in order. It's just divided by you get what you pay for. They're going high, but they're worth it. And then the bigger values. They're not really ranked here. I know it's a little late to say that now, but just to make sure no one's expecting this to be the exact order. This man right here, Ashton, jeanty, he goes around this. I'd say to be safe, your expectation should be that you're getting him in the 13 and 14 overall pick territory. That's probably where you can expect to have to draft Ashton mother freaking jeanty, the next top 5 running back in the National Football League. So let's put him right here at 13 overall, and you get what you pay for there. It's a little higher than some of these other guys, but look, he's a top 5 running back, and you're taking him as your second drafted player. You can't really scream better value than that. I think a good line for him is going to be around 1,300 yards rushing, 12 to 1,300 yards rushing, 12 to 14 rushing touchdowns, and probably around 300 receiving yards, 40 to 50 receptions, maybe 400 receiving yards, and probably a touchdown number that puts him around, I would say, so what do we say? 12, 13 rushing, and then let's say 15 total touchdowns. 15 total touchdowns, 45 to 50 receptions, right around 1,800 total yards as a rookie running back. That can earn you your 11, 12, 13, 14 overall value in a snap. Love it. Guy's going to be insane for the future. Charbonnet. We saw what this kid could do when he got the work, and his cost of entry is so deep into the double-digit rounds. He wins you a league if he gets into the lineup. There's no debate here. We know how good he is. And Walker, they got a couple calls. Hey, I think the Raiders dialed up last, and they said, hey, Seattle, is Kenneth Walker available? And I still like Walker, and I still cuff the two if I can. But I'm drafting Walker once in a while and cuffing him to Charbonnet 100% of the time. But I'm drafting Walker once in a while. I'm drafting Charbonnet 80% of the time, no matter whether Walker's on my team or not. He's a sleeping giant, win a league player. He did this for us last year, had some big games, played out of his mind. He's doing it live again. You can either be on board, not on board, I don't care. But Charbs is one of my favorite players to draft. And then the final player that could be this year's Bucky Irving, the guy that could win leagues. He ironically is Liam Cohen's running back now. Liam Cohen is the guy from Tampa, offensive coordinator, turned Bucky into Bucky, Liam Cohen, and goes over to the Jaguars to become the new head coach there. And so Liam Cohen's new Bucky's probably Tank Bigsby. ETN's probably his Rachaad White. Now, I like drafting both of them. They're both going in the hundreds, so you're not even drafting one as a starter and one as a cuff. You're getting them both as cuff value. So there's like zero reason to not draft ETN and Bigsby to cover your bases in case ETN's the Bucky and Bigsby is the Rachaad White. But this guy, Tank Bigsby, was in the top 3 in yards after contact per attempt. Bucky Irving, Jordan Mason, 2 show guys, and Tank Bigsby. If that doesn't get you excited, if you don't say to yourself, Smitty, wait a minute, you're telling me that Bucky and Mason, 2 The Fantasy Football Show guys, were in the top 3 in yards after contact per attempt, one of the most valuable predictors statistically for a running back success. And the guy that's also sitting there right next to them, the 2 guys that delivered for us on the channel that we smashed. You're telling me that last year, Tank Bigsby was in the top 3 as well? Sign me up, and you'd be correct. You'd be correct to sign up on that journey, because Tank Bigsby is going to the top, and I cannot wait to ride this train with you into the promised land. What's he cost you? Double-digit round pick. It's not a big deal. Again, draft ETN and Bigsby together. But if you want to win a league, and if it doesn't work, you're not wrong. You just drop him, or you just hold him and you wait. Don't drop him, because even if he's not great right away, he will be. He's a sleeping giant if he's not utilized properly right away, like Bucky through Liam Cohen in Jacksonville. But my point is, he costs you nothing. You're not losing a league on this pick. You can win a league on this pick. Bigsby's my most drafted player in all of fantasy football best ball right now, because it's at a value range. Him and Charbonnet, this is like top, I think it's in my top 5 or 6 most drafted players over and over and over and over and over, because it costs me nothing. I don't risk anything. I don't risk a single thing. I know he's going to give me some value. And Bigsby, same thing. This is my number 1 overdrafted player, and it does me 0 risk. It gives me 0 risk to have him on every single team I have, given the cost, the double-digit cost of entry, the 100 to 125 overall value. I'll win handfuls of leagues off these 2 players being stashed on majority of all my teams, and so can you. Okay, so I owe you 1 more player, but I'm going to give you 2. That's how we roll. Impromptu, adjust and adapt. We've already said one of these guys' names. So I'm just going to throw him up here, and I'm going to say Jordan Mason is going to crush it at his double-digit ADP, backing up Ziggy. How old is Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones Sr. is 30 years old. He was born on December 1994.
Turns 31 in December. I don't think so. Often injured Aaron Jones, older player, great offense, amazing system. They traded for the guy, Jordan Mason. We know what he can do. He was a show favorite, a league-winning player that helped a lot of people win leagues. We're all in again because it's the cost of entry is free. And if we're wrong, we're not even wrong, because you can just cut him and it won't even do a single thing. But if he smashes, you win a league. It's as simple as that. There's no explanation even needed. The man produced when he was given a chance in a team, the Minnesota Vikings, that have a great offense. They said, we'll step up and take this man and we'll trade for him. What does that tell you? They're pretty interested, and we are too. And the final guy, the actual planned drop as the 10th guy, Mason was impromptu. But this man, Trey Henderson, rookie running back, love the kid. He's going in a little bit higher ADP in best ball. I think he'll fall in non-best ball in your grandma leagues. I don't think people realize how good he is. Problem is, though, in your redraft leagues, if he does go somewhere amazing, the hype train will build. So the ADP doesn't even really matter right now. I can pull it up and tell you exactly where he's going. And best ball keeps stealing him away at 60 to 65 overall, which is about running back 20 to 22. So in best ball, keep smashing because he's super valuable there. He can crush at that value. He will climb if he lands in a good spot, and I think he will. If he goes to Washington at the end of round one, oh, Smitty, he's not going to go in round one. He could. You run your mouth all you want. No one's saying he will, but he could. It depends on if Hampton goes 10 and Jeanty goes 6, and there's a big gap between running back. He could easily get pulled up. But if, let's say, Jeanty falls to 10 to the Bears, and this is all being done on March 26th when I'm recording this, so we don't know. If Jeanty goes to the Bears at 10 and then Hampton falls to like the 20s, then of course all the other running backs are going to get pushed down. But if he goes to like Washington, or he comes back around in the second round and goes to LV, if they don't take Jeanty, or he goes to Cleveland, I mean, this is an amazing running back. Denver. What if Denver takes him? What pick does Denver have? 20? What if Denver picks him at 20 overall? You know, or they trade up into the top of round 2 to take him, and he would be unbelievable there. So the hype train will build and gain momentum. But I'm telling you right now, he's still going to probably be worth whatever his ADP is on draft day and redrafting. Your mom and pop and grandma leagues. Your Aunt Edna won't see him coming to the degree he's going to bring it. And this is potentially a top 10 running back as a rookie. Mark my words, he's the most explosive running back in the class after Jeanty. And you could almost say he's more explosive, and Jeanty's quicker, and Jeanty's more Gibbs, and this guy's got that Breece Hall pop that he can, take any football house at any moment. Not that Jeanty can't, but this guy just has that ability. He's a playmaker, knows for the end zone, 3-down back, amazing blocker. He's a 3-down back immediately, which is, I'm not saying Jeanty isn't either, but this goes a long way. Hampton probably is as well. He's a good receiving back. But this guy's thought of by handfuls of GMs in the majority of the league to be the best blocking back in the draft class, and somebody that coaches are quote unquote drooling over because he never is needing to come off the field. Even though he split time in college with Judkins, and everyone's going to go, oh, he's a part-time back. He's not. NFL GMs are talking about this kid being a player that never has to come off the field. His pro usage and snap share will be nothing like his college usage and snap share. He will be a 3-down, every down back, amazing pass protector, the best in the class. And I am so excited about how many leagues he's going to win for people because of this show. The 10 best running back picks in fantasy football, in no particular order, but just that at their costs of entry, they're 100% deserving to be grabbed. And there's very little risk at the newfound value for some of these guys, or the consistent value they've had. The risk has never been more baked in for these guys. The cost of entry with the ability to bring you that return value. Now, make sure you get on over to thefantasyfootballshow.com for written content, trade calculators, bold predictions, all that stuff, and the Patreon. These links are both in the description. And you can also get there by going to patreon.com/thefantasyfootballshow. The best live chat environment you could find is basically like the group on the YouTube live streams, that live chat group in an app, doing it live 24/7, 365, live chatting 24/7. Join us on Patreon. Appreciate you all. Don't forget, I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. And I'm additionally live whenever Big News breaks. See you all later.